Welcome to this Mindful Monday. Welcome to episode 9 of the Mindfulness of Dharmas, of Truth. This is introducing the 4 Brahma-Viharas. So it's also known as the 4 immeasurables as well. We're going to look at what they are and how you can cultivate them, and then do a meditation practice on loving kindness. So what are the 4 Brahma-Viharas? So the 4 immeasurables are loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. They are the sublime expressions of love. They're also associated with strength, and they can become potent forces through which we protect ourselves and others. They can be powerful aids for resolving conflict, promoting healing, and creating social harmony. The other names that they do come under are known as the 4 limitless ones, the 4 sublime states, or the divine abodes. So let's look at each one in a bit more detail. So love and kindness, also known as metta, is boundless. So it's boundless love that a mother would give to their only child. It's opening the heart, and it's pure. So it's all embracing love, basically dedicated to serving the highest welfare. So you're not just giving it to one group of people, you're giving it to people within a community, and then perhaps neutral people you love, and then also people that have upset you. So it is about compassion and forgiveness. It's also about friendliness to yourself and those around you, because if you cannot give compassion to yourself, you're going to find it hard to give that compassion to others. It also improves connection. And it's the antidote to anger and ill will. So it's the meditation to do for that. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. The second one is compassion, also known as karuna. This is the wise, heartfelt motivation to relieve pain, sorrow, and the suffering of others. So it's really getting present to the suffering that the other person is experiencing through acknowledging what they're feeling and communicating back and checking back, are you feeling this? It's a genuine concern for others. It's not about pity. Pity is the near enemy to compassion. Selfless acts of physical and spiritual charity. So you're not actually doing something to get something back. It's giving without counting or expecting anything in return. And it opens the heart. And if you're practicing this compassion, it will dissolve cruelty, selfishness, and narrow-mindedness. Because you'll have, with true compassion, you will have that deep insight into the causes of human suffering to yourself, because you've experienced it yourself, and to those around you. May I be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. So the third one is sympathetic joy, mudita. So when someone actually experiences some good fortune, it's our genuine ability to rejoice in that and be delighted for the other person. So it's appreciating the joy in others. It's a sincere wish that all living beings may never be separated from supreme joy. This opens the heart. It dissolves envy, jealousy, aversion, self-centeredness, and dualistic views that create that separation between people. With this, it must extend and embrace all living beings throughout the realms of existence. So as you go into this and practice this and cultivate it, the more it grows to everyone around you, the more sublime it becomes. May all beings never be separated from the supreme joy that is beyond sorrow. The final one is equanimity, upekkha. And this is about balance and composure of the heart. It's a love that embraces all living beings and circumstances with equality, wisdom, and sincerity. It's about our love being impartial, rightly discerning, balanced, and not carried away with emotion, and free from attachment. So what this does, as we open the heart, it will dissolve prejudice, attachment, aversion, uncaring indifference, anger, and hostility. But just beware that this is the most essential one, yet the most difficult one to cultivate. May all beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. So how do we cultivate these four Brahma-Viharas, the four immeasurables? Well, you can get present to the teachings from the Buddha on these, and then reflect on the teaching. Does it make sense to you? And then you can start to be mindful of them as they come up, and habituate the practice through meditation and make it part of your life. So just focus on one thing. So doing the love and kindness meditation is just one way to cultivate love and kindness, and you go from doing love and kindness to being love and kindness. So what do we need in terms of the qualities in our mind to develop that? Well, from a Tibetan view, Buddhist view on this, is a fundamental attitude as vast as space. So it's really kind of having this openness and willingness to learn. A mind as constant as the depths of the ocean. So it's about having that mind that's not wavering and being able to not distracted and being able to focus and concentrate and get that one-pointedness on each of those 4 immeasurables. It's also about seeing all occurrences. So you see what goes on outside you, but also inside you. And you see it as mist floating in the sky, this impermanence, it's coming and going. You also need to cultivate a compassionate attitude, as even as the rays of the sun. So when the sun shines, it shines on everybody. It doesn't make choices. So this will develop that equanimity where you're not just giving your compassion or sympathetic joy just to those that you love. You're going a lot wider than that. The final thing is seeing negatives to be like specks of dust in your eye. So really kind of not taking offense to things, and just getting present to that things arise and things disappear. They come and go. And the negatives, the positives, the emotions are all the same. Welcome them all. Because each emotion is coming to tell you something. It's a message. So not to get too attached to the meaning of things and what you make it to mean, the interpretation. So with love and kindness, with metta, what we can do is to really further and cultivate each one of these. We can get present to the original teachings, so you can review the 10 verses, and there is an actual course on the love and kindness verses that you can watch and go through. You could also attend the love and kindness meditation for 2 weeks daily and just really start to habituate that in your life. And then you will shift from doing love and kindness to being love and kindness. And the other thing you can do is just practice kindness, do random acts of kindness by just giving anonymously, or just to someone in the street, or to a loved one, perhaps giving them a call, giving them your time, listening to them, and then practice self-compassion as well. So to cultivate compassion, you can move away from sympathy to empathy. So there is a key difference with this. Sympathy drives disconnection. Empathy drives connection. So there is a key difference, because if you're the sympathy will just maybe acknowledge what's going on and go, oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that, I'm really sorry. But at least you've got this, at least this has happened and that's happened. So it's someone trying to put the silver lining on it. Whereas empathy is more, oh, I'm really pleased that you shared that with me. I can feel that it's a difficult time. And are you experiencing sadness? And what does it feel like for you? Is there anything that I can do? Or just being with it, just giving that person a hug, or just listening compassionately. And it's reaching out. It's going that step further, empathy. It's reaching out and seeing what actions you can take to ease their suffering. And one of the things is really to hold back on your own judgment of the situation. You can also acknowledge that the emotions that they're having and they're experiencing, and just communicating that back to them without adding in anything from your own experience, because we can never assume what it's like for the other person. The other thing we can do is start to check our intention before our actions to avoid this near enemy of pity. So really think about, why am I doing this? What's my intention behind it? Get present to the causes of human suffering, to yourself and those around you. So you could do kind of a meditation on the first noble truth of life is suffering, or just watch the Understanding Suffering presentation again. With sympathetic joy, to cultivate this, we can start sharing our happiness for other people verbally. We can actually say, I'm really pleased for you, and genuinely mean it, that you are really pleased. Feel their happiness. And you could acknowledge it in another way, through a way that they will receive that love. If they like receiving cards, then maybe you write a card and send it to them. You can also start writing a list of what you appreciate in yourself and others, and have the sincere wish that all living beings never be separated from supreme joy that is beyond all sorrow. So you can start to meditate on that. And what this does eventually will uproot any self-grasping and envy of others. So you could also just meditate on joy, on what it means to you, what it feels like. And the final one, equanimity, is something that develops really from the love and kindness meditation. But it takes time to develop, because we hold a lot of judgments and rights and wrongs of what people do and what their actions, and we may not give love to them rather than the others. So if we think about perhaps prisoners as a group of people within the love and kindness meditation, it's about sending love and kindness to them as well, because they all want to be happy too. So start to be curious if you're not able to give love to a being or group of people, and then get present to the root cause of what the barrier is for you to do that. So the more you practice, it'll open your heart to the possibility of equanimity, and you'll get present to a transformation occurring within you, and you may start speaking to people that you wouldn't normally speak to or connect with. So let's get present to the felt experience of the Brahma-Viharas in this meditation on love and kindness. So getting into a comfortable position for this meditation, either sitting on the floor or on the chair with your legs uncrossed, keeping the back nice and upright, and just half closing the eyes, placing one hand on top of the other, just resting your hands on your thighs. Taking a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, relaxing your shoulders. On the next inhale, scanning the body, from the head all the way down to the toes. Now checking in with the mind, and just note what's there. Putting any worries or concerns aside, like taking your shoes off before entering the building, just putting them aside while we set our intention for this meditation practice. To get present to mindfulness of truth, the Dharma, the Buddha's teaching. So setting our intention of this love and kindness practice to increase benevolence to ourselves and those around us. So starting with ourselves, just bring an image to mind of yourself. Could be a picture as you are now, or perhaps as you were as a child. Just bring that visual to mind. May I be well. Imagining myself physically well and mentally well. Wishing wellness for myself. May I be happy. Putting a smile on my face. Imagining yourself happy and content. Wishing happiness for myself. May I be peaceful. Imagining yourself at peace. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Wishing peace for yourself. May I be safe. Imagining a circle of light around you, protecting you. No illness affecting you, no fears afflicting you. Wishing safety for myself. Now bring to mind someone that you love very much, but not someone you're romantically involved with. Just bring that person to mind and visualize them in front of you. May you be well. Wishing wellness for you. May you be happy. Wishing happiness for you. May you be peaceful. Wishing peace for you. May you be safe. Wishing safety for you. Now bringing to mind someone who's neutral, so perhaps a neighbour or someone you see in the street regularly and you don't know their name. Bring that person to mind, visualize them in front of you. May you be well. wishing wellness for you. May you be happy, wishing happiness for you. May you be peaceful, wishing peace for you. May you be safe, wishing safety for you. Now bringing to mind someone who's caused an upset. Could have been something they said or something they did, or maybe something they didn't do or didn't say. Just bring that person to mind, visualize them in front of you now. May you be well, wishing wellness for you. May you be happy, wishing happiness for you. May you be peaceful, wishing peace for you. May you be safe, wishing safety for you. Now going outside that, now bringing a community to mind that you belong to. So maybe a virtual community, maybe a physical community where you live, your neighbourhood. Just bring all those people to mind that are part of that community. May they all be well, wishing wellness for all. May they all be happy, wishing happiness for all. May they all be peaceful, wishing peace for all. May they all be safe, wishing safety for all. Now going outside that community to a wider community to include all beings. So that's all human beings, all animals across the world, different countries. We're from Middle East to Latin America, to Asia. Bring all beings to mind. May they all be well, wishing wellness for all. May they all be happy, wishing happiness for all. May they all be peaceful, wishing peace for all. May they all be safe, wishing safety for all. The next inhale, just scan the body from the head all the way down to the toes. Now just check in with the mind and just note what's there. What mind state are you in? Is it different to when you started? Just note what it is and then get present to the felt experience, that mind state. And then perhaps investigate where it's come from. And then just letting go. Getting ready to open your eyes and come back into the room. So start to note what your experience was, what the felt experience was, what emotions came up, and were you distracted, or did any of the hindrances come in? So just to summarize, the four immeasurables remind us that we are always in a relationship with one another and also with ourselves. If you have any questions, please get in touch or attend a live class. We can deal with the questions there. But here's the invitation to do the work. Get present to the felt experience of the four Brahma-Viharas. So you could do a meditation on each one. Start to cultivate them and recognize which ones are more dominant with you. And you could further your wisdom and understanding of them by watching a Dharma talk. And if you really want to habituate love and kindness in your life, then make a commitment to attend the Love and Kindness live guided meditation for the next 2 weeks. Here's some links where you can look at the articles and the qualities associated to develop. There's a PDF there, and also some videos that you can watch. The next topic and the final topic of this series will be exploring the Eightfold Path.